So I feel like you guys have probably noticed this. I know I've seen a lot of comments about it over the years, but I felt like we should probably come and talk to you guys about something today because it's felt wrong lying to you guys on the internet.
I feel like I've been seeing in comment sections for a long time now, a lot of misinformation, a lot of speculation. We just want to finally talk about it and set the record straight.
It's been a long time coming. It just feels wrong to have all of these weird like half-truths out there. You know, like I've accidentally mentioned it on streams sometimes. We've kind of alluded to it in videos, but I don't think we've ever just addressed it.
And I think it's about time that we tell you the truth.
Just so the audience knows, we've been keeping an eye on Juicy's Twitter and we've noticed that there's some tweets going back and forth. We think that he may be simping for this particular YouTuber.
Simping is illegal, Juicy.
No.
At livbev.
You're joking.
No, we're not.
You're joking, dude.
Nah, at livbev. I want to eat your
No, dude.
ass. Hashtag I love you.
That's all a f***ing lie.
It was all a lie.
Actually, a lot of our early relationship on the internet is a lie. So we wanted to take a look down memory lane today and finally come clean about all of the things that were absolutely bullshit.
I forgot how much that we lied about until we started getting things together to explain to you people how much you were lied to. I'd forgotten how many lies happened. It was a lot.
It was actually about a year straight of lying.
Almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year. I think like a good solid 9 months of lying. But we're here to come clean. We're here to establish a timeline, starting with this clip.
So this is like the first public statement around us even being a thing in any way. And it was me having to tweet that I wanted to eat your ass on Twitter.
It was. Everyone references this all the time in my videos, comment sections, every time that you do like a video with me, like an Instagram post of us together, anniversaries. Everyone is always like, I can't believe that this all started because of one tweet.
Everyone thinks that this is actually what started it. Like that I tweeted that I wanted to eat a random YouTuber's ass and it worked.
That's not what happened.
That would be crazy, but that's not what happened.
It's not.
Let's transfer his laugh to Juicy.
We're transferring it. Who votes in favor of transferring the tweet? Everyone vote. Who
Me!
votes?
So this was like a big opportunity for the boys because this tweet wasn't planned.
Yeah.
But in you tweets or anything like that, it's very hard to get me.
Yeah, because nothing would embarrass you. Like there's nothing that you could tweet that you would be like, oh, that's embarrassing.
No, I've like literally thought about it. I'm like, if somehow like a f***ing like picture of my disappointing flaccid penis somehow ended up on the internet, like from a boys video that forgot to be censored or something.
Can I just interrupt quickly?
I would probably retweet it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's another piece of boys' law misinformation. People think you did do that. People think that your flaccid penis is in a boys video.
Yeah, it was just my belt. And it's funny they think it's my penis because that would mean I have a black penis, which I don't. I wish I did, but I don't.
I sadly can confirm that one.
Yeah, the boys were excited here to finally have a reason, a thing to get at me.
At live, I love you.
Oh.
That's a banger, bro.
At livbev, I want to eat your ass. Okay.
Of course, Eddie puts forward just at live, I love you, and then Josh swoops in with the at livbev, I want to eat your ass.
I know. I'm not surprised by that at all.
Just so the audience knows, we've been keeping an eye on Juicy's Twitter and we've noticed that there's some tweets going back and forth. We think that he may be simping for this particular YouTuber.
Simping.
When it comes to how often that we were tweeting each other back and forth, this wasn't you trying to flirt with me. Half of the time, it was us laughing on a FaceTime call and me thinking of funny tweets for you to tweet. So then you would tweet them so that I would have something funny to reply back. And we were doing this like every couple of days just because we thought it was really funny.
We just like scheme some funny thing.
Yeah.
It's basically reality TV, but on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like we were like curating a Twitter ARG of us not really knowing each other.
Yeah. I was actually on Twitter at the time that you posted this, the infamous tweet, that being, by complete chance, you guys didn't tell me that you were going to tweet this. You didn't tell me about this video.
I just tweeted it.
Yeah, you just randomly tweeted it. Yeah, what did I say?
That's already been made wildly apparent. And then it was my Juicy Fruit Snacks has resubscribed tier 3 sub for 5 months. Your mom replied to it.
What did you say?
Yeah, I was actually like devastated though that I had to tweet this.
Post that tweet, dude. You can explain it however you want afterwards. Post the fucking tweet.
I hate this game.
We suck, bro.
JC, post the fucking tweet.
Post it!
It's been tweeted.
Where is it?
Refreshing. Do you see? I want to eat your ass, livbev. I love you. Oh, look, someone's already put a wedding picture of you two, bro. Look at this.
Whoa. That was fast.
Oh my
Holy
god, look at that.
You were genuinely embarrassed and shocked that they got you to do that.
No, that definitely, they got my ass with that one.
But in reality, it's not because it came out of nowhere and they thought that you had a crush on me. In reality, it's because the rest of the boys knew that we had been talking for like, I think 6 months at that point, maybe even a little bit longer.
But we hadn't done anything overtly obvious on anything. And I still hadn't even met you yet or been to Australia.
No, you'd never met me in person and you definitely hadn't said that you loved me.
No, definitely not.
That's the part of the tweet that you were actually embarrassed to tweet. Not that you were embarrassed to like flirt with some random on Twitter.
No, it was because none of it had been, there was no signs yet.
Was No Square before this tweet or after this tweet?
No, this was before No Square, the music video.
That was before. For those of you who don't know, I was in No Square. That is often missed, I think, in the timeline of events.
Been aware, I want to be alone. I don't want a love affair. Now listen.
That was you!
That is me. That is me.
Whoa!
Yeah, and that is also me pre-double chin liposuction. Let's see that one again. Let's roll that back.
Let's get a slow-mo of that.
Okay. Now, let's be honest. Is it a coincidence that you said, I want to be alone, I don't want a love affair, during the line that I was on screen?
Yes, but...
It was a coincidence. That was not a lie.
Maybe no, that was a
That's not a
coincidence,
part
but
of the conspiracy. That just was a coincidence.
We were talking by this time.
We were. I was playing, what do you even call, just the brush? Or is No Square brush himself a thing?
No, he's just the brush. he's just the brush.
Okay, fine. I was the brush's #1 fan.
But you were in the behind the scenes too, right?
I was.
Do you have a favorite boy?
Oh, no. Can I say the brush? Do you have a favorite boy? No, Eddie.
Yo, what the f?
See, for anyone who wasn't in the... Sorry, man. For anyone who wasn't in the know, which was most people, they didn't get why that was an uncomfortable question for me, of who my favorite boy was. Because everyone on the set knew that I had a favorite boy.
That's why Tanner said it like that.
Yeah. Watch Tanner's head whip around.
No. Can I say the brush? Do you have a favorite boy? No.
And that's because everyone knew who my favorite boy was. 2 of the boys were my friends. 2 of the boys I'd never met. And 1 of the boys I was in their DMs.
It was me, right?
It was you.
Yes.
Everyone
Crazy.
except the internet knew that I was actively rizzing the Juicy Fruit Snacks.
And all the internet was getting was the perfectly curated story that we were feeding them.
Yeah, it was not you who was flirting with me, trying to get my attention. It was the other way around. And anything that was on the internet was very curated and intentional.
But it is funny, everyone thinking that all of this happened and we're together because I tweeted that I wanted to eat your ass.
I know.
I almost feel bad taking that away from everyone.
I know. It feels
Yeah.
kind of mean. Like
'cause that's
it's
so
so much
funny.
more fun to think that. In actuality, I was like going through a really big internal battle about whether I wanted to talk about this relationship on the internet. It was like a very large cause of stress for like a solid like 6 months or so, I think. I was like very torn about whether I wanted to be in another public relationship. I was like very set on the fact that I didn't want to. I also really didn't want to hide my relationship either because that felt like,
That's like just as stressful.
yeah, it's just as stressful. So yeah, for me, who was struggling being vulnerable at the time, it was much more helpful to me for it to look like you publicly were simping for me and that it wasn't reciprocated. So then if people saw us together, they'd be like, oh yeah, he's with Liv because he has a crush on her. But I didn't have to explicitly be like, I'm in a relationship, because that comes with a lot of complications, especially because I was like full-time streaming at the time.
Yeah, so you'd pretty much just have to talk about it nonstop. It'd be like if any streamer gets into a new relationship, their chat is just talking about it for the next year.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to talk about that for the next year right now?
Yeah, and I think like I just escaped having to talk about relationships, so I like really didn't want to. I liked being very separate and being very like just doing my own thing on the internet. So when people specifically asked you in a video, do you have a girlfriend? What did you say?
I said,
Is Juicy Fruit Snacks gay?
$5 is $5.
Is Juicy Fruit Snacks Australia?
Ah, yuck! No!
Does Juicy Fruit Snacks have a girlfriend?
No! Girls are gross! When asked in a video, I said no. Girls are gross. And I still stand by that.
You may have had a girlfriend at the time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, I did. Yes.
We basically had 9 months of a talking stage.
And basically, we ended up being like, listen, we're not going to actually start dating until we meet each other.
Yeah.
But it was during quarantine. So it was
During
like
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
If you've ever heard of that.
If you were born after it, basically what happened is
Everything went to shit.
everything went to shit and you couldn't go into Best Buy for like a week and it sucked.
And then if you were in Australia, you couldn't go into fresh air for like 2 years.
We were like, oh, we're not going to start dating until we meet. So we were just like basically dating, but not like officially dating, but
Yeah.
basically dating. Yeah, we were exclusive, but we weren't like gonna call it an official relationship
Yeah.
until we'd met each other. Because what if I meet you and you fucking like,
Suck.
I don't know, you're actually upside down or you
Yeah.
suck. What if I just met you and you just sucked?
What if I met you and I hated you?
Yeah, I met you and the moment I saw you, it just... I had to kill you with a rock.
Ew, ew.
You never know. You really never know.
Yeah.
But
But then you ended up coming out to Australia to see me. That was the primary reason. But then because you were in Australia, you planned a bunch of videos to film with the boys while you were there. Because you were there for a full 3 months, I'm
3
pretty
months.
sure. Yeah. And some of those first boys IRL videos that were filmed together, I was in.
that's right. As just another
Australian content creator. Oh wait, not the first trip. The first trip you guys only filmed a couple of videos. So maybe Among Us was first. Among Us was first.
Sex mod. What are you guys doing?
Among Us sex mod.
Sex mod. Among Us.
Do you want to meet me in electrical?
That's sus.
I said meet me, not love me. What the f?
That's sus.
I actually don't know how to get out.
I actually don't know how to get out.
So yeah, I don't think we...
You tried to Among Us sex mod me.
I did. It's true. So yeah, I think we'd like started dating by this point because we were officially dating after we met.
But the internet didn't know
But the internet didn't know. So I think we just wanted to have one scene in this video where we kind of flirted, but not explicitly.
We just want to do like one little like teaser.
A little
Like, one
teaser. A little, who is
one
Liv?
little
Who is this
sprinkle.
girl? Oh, she kind of...
Sprinkle.
Her and
A
Juicy.
dash. Did they just say Among Us sex mod?
Why did they do that?
Why would they? That's so sus. This is a really good look for you, by the way.
I look like the worm from Corpse Bride.
Yo, wait a minute. You actually got it too. What the f? I mean, no, you don't look anything like the word from Corpse Bride. That's silly. It's ridiculous. You don't look like the word from Corpse Bride.
That poor Juicy in the
am.
heart.
Well, that's just every time I don't reply to his DMs.
Yeah, see, playing the angle of I'm not replying to your DMs. Yeah.
I think that's it.
I think that was the first trip, and somewhere between the first trip and the second trip, you did a post on Instagram saying that the boys' trip wasn't the real reason that you came to Australia.
Boom. There it is. So it wasn't long actually after, like 6 months after the initial "I'm gonna eat your ass" tweet, I posted this, which was basically us announcing that we were in a relationship.
But yeah, we must have had, even after that trip, another 6 months of flirting and lying online.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, wait, look at all these pictures. I want to see them again.
Whoa.
We look like
I
babies.
lost that shirt as soon as I got it. Yeah, we do look like babies. Milky! Milky's saying, hush. That's the day that we met?
That is the day that we met, which was...
So is that?
Yes, that was also the first day that we met. Or second day that we
Whoa.
met. I think that was actually second day that we met because we went out the first night together and then we went back out again with Mully.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, because you were staying at Mully's house.
The double chin.
The double chin. It's gone
The
forever
double
now.
chin.
I'm just trying to read chat. Why don't I just blow my glass?
You just spitting water in my face.
Oh yeah, we did heaps of streams that first trip that you came.
Yeah.
Where we were pretending like very intensely that I did not like you.
Yes.
And that's where that clip came from.
Liv's gonna try to squat me
But...
and try not to fall through this glass door.
And I remember this stream was so bad because you were staying in this one place that was like right on the water and the internet was so bad that like you would get every other like
It was like
frame.
10 seconds down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, was this when we said that we were gonna cook and then we just ordered burgers and then pulled them out of a f***ing cooking pot?
Yes, it was.
Okay, Juicy's just left to shit himself.
So weird to hear myself refer to you as Juicy.
Oh. Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice. Wait.
More lies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, more
Right there,
lies.
Lie after lie after lie.
Oh, looky. Oh my god, we're babies.
Yeah, baby.
What the hell? Look how long you're waiting for.
Why don't I just blow my glass?
You love me.
True. Can confirm.
So there you have it. Finally, the truth.
The truth!
Yeah, the truth. The cat is finally out of the bag.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about because we've never actually talked about it.
No, we never have.
I don't know. It was fun to like look back at all the memories too. And
I know. We were such babies.
because that was just like, we were such babies. Like, and it was only 4 years ago.
I know.
But it looks like it was a lot more than that.
Yeah, it feels like it was a lot more.
And it feels like it was a lot more than that.
So sorry for lying to you guys for like 4 years.
I'm sorry for lying to you guys. And I'm going to do it again.
I will also do it again. Well, if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment if there were any times that you were catching on to the fact that we weren't being 100% truthful there in the beginning, or any things that you might have noticed along the way.
And if you're a person that figured it out back in the day and you're watching, thank you so much. And comment down below. You're like, I was one of them. I knew it. I called this
Yeah.
shit. Everyone on the Reddit called me crazy.
And if you liked this video, make sure to watch another one. We've got heaps of videos together here.
Go and watch all of my beautiful girlfriend's videos right now.
Girlfriend of 5 years and not 4, if you include the talking face.
Go and watch all of Liv's videos.
Yeah,
Do it
maybe
right
you
now.
might like this one. You might like this little video, maybe.
You might like this one as well.
Yes. And also
You
make
might
sure
like
to
this
subscribe.
one, but you also like that one.
Blah, 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 blah.